Welcome to the Just What I Needed to Hear podcast with Yoga Farm Ithaca, where we teach you how to live the principles of yoga both on your mat and off the mat in the living curriculum of your precious life.
I do think that I would be remiss if I did not pause and hold some space for people right now that are feeling this ripple again of energy moving through spiritual communities in regards to the footage that it was released of the Dalai Lama. And so, it's very important as trauma-informed yoga instructors that we hold space for and we listen to and believe the people who speak out who have been harmed. And it is our responsibility to victims of various types of abuse and sexual assault in the world to understand that regardless of your personal opinion of what did or did not happen on that film, the radiating out of being re-triggered is palpable in the fabric of the spiritual community that we're all a part of, because really we're all connected in that way. So the reports on the news, the conversation being in the space itself can be very re-traumatizing and vulnerable for people who have been victims of this type of experience in their lives. And so what we want to do is not get bogged down by having arguments around intention or what happened or what didn't happen. That's a very slippery slope. And unless one of you was there and had conversations with people, it's all conjecture, right? What we can do is recognize the very real feeling of a trauma that is still alive in someone's body, rising back up into this present moment experience. And we can facilitate the returning to what is actually happening in this present moment experience with embodiment practices, talking about self-sovereignty, talking about boundaries, talking about consent, and reiterating that these are the standards that exist within our practice communities and that we don't accept anything less than those standards. So I just really couldn't, there's no way that I could have showed up today and held space and been here with all of you without having said something about what is in the fabric of a worldwide, a global understanding of a perceived holy person crossing a boundary again, and again, and again, and again. And I don't think that it's much of a jump for you all to understand and recognize that, like, this is, another reason why I don't participate in elevating human beings to any kind of status that is above any other human being. We are all divine. We are all holy. We are all human. No one is above reproach. No one is infallible. And no one is exempt from responsibility. And that's universal in my perspective. And nobody is expected to ever agree with me on what my position is on these things. Human beings, they fuck up. They do. They do. And the more that we recognize that we don't have to find someone outside of ourselves to view as this example, and instead we can keep peeling back the layers of ourselves and returning to the teacher that is within us, right? Like, that's where our power lies, not in seeking it outside of ourselves. this is how we can really make a difference in this world, is to keep redirecting everyone's attention, awareness, devotion to that authenticity that is within, the teacher that is within. Okay? And this is a self-perpetuating cycle in a lot of ways. We just keep wanting to make men into kings, humans into deities that are separate from the rest of us. It's just old things we still need to unlearn. Ancestral patterns that have been passed down. And some of it does feel really tempting, because if we can completely surrender to someone else's authority, whoo, man, is that a load off? It is. It can tell us what to do and how to think and what to believe. It's work to do it from the inside out. It's really a lot of work. So my heart goes out to everyone who has ever experienced trauma at the hands of a spiritual or religious practice, leader, community, organization. It really, really does. It just, I just feel that so deeply. And my attention and focus will continue to stay on how do we make these ripple effects of people taking their own power back, of feeling that empowerment and tuning into their inner guidance system over and over and over again.